Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday we shared a video here of a widow who is being frustrated in Leseru, that is Kamagut Ward, Turbo, Uasin Gishu County. Very, very sad story, where government officers are being used to frustrate this lady. From the sub-chief, you come to the chief, you come to the county commander, you go to all those offices, the ODPP, you go to IPOA. There was no justice for this lady and her son.
Huyo maaskari wa jua kali pia anasema ati rais ametuma kutuangaisha. Sasa kama nataka niulize kama rais amewatuma kuja kumkuja mtuangaisha, si rais mwenyewe angekuja kutuambia? Mimi nataka niambie rais penyako, kama ni wewe ndio ulituma hawa, wewe mwenyewe kuja hapa utuambie uko na shida na sisi, tuone venye utafanya, alafu tuendelee kuhangaika. Hatuwezi kubali kuhangaika bila maneno yoyote. Hatujui nini inasababisha.
Assistant chief na chief wake kuna wakati walikuja wakataka ati wakue baba ya ipo, ama nikamwambia hiyo.
In as much we were discussing the issue of forceful inheritance of a widow, the other question was that what are these documents that these government officers were forcing this lady at gunpoint to sign? That's the question that we never answered in that video, because then it was yet clear to understand really why were they forcing her to sign documents and what was the intention of those documents. Then one of my friends, who is coming all the way from Rift Valley, a person that I'm not going to disclose on this Punchline, he called me and he gave me a brief about this story. And that's what has made me to come back here on part 2 of this story. I'm telling you, if you get to know the real story on ground about this, then the senior government official that is being named in this case, and what they want at the end of the day from this lady, then you are going to be so surprised. And that's a sad story. I want us to go through it. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, after listening to my friend, I came to learn that this story is beyond the chief and sub-chief and even those police officers. But then these individuals are just being used to acquire what the person is looking. Because then you look at this story whereby you take a case to county commission, he dismisses you. And the person whom you are having a problem with is a chief down here. You take it to ODPP, you are dismissed. They take you back to the police. They tell you even go to IPO, we don't care about it. So you can understand the arrogance even with the police to tell this lady and the frustration that comes in. That means the story is touching on a very senior officer in high ranking in the government, who is beyond the chief and the police. The story about inheritance is just to frustrate this lady. They are using that story to frustrate her, to make a decision between being frustrated and losing, being inherited by force and losing your property, or accepting to sell your property and leave that area. So I'm told the chief that we are being told in this story is a harmless man. In fact, when he is married to a Luia lady, a Maragoli, that's the person. And even the same chief wanted to vie for an MCA seat in the Kamagot ward. But then his senior boss did not allow him to proceed. So it's just a man who is being used here wanaenda wanaambia huyu mama tunataka tukurithi, but the main agenda is not about kumrithi. The duty that they have been given there is to make sure that this lady is living that area. So this story is that Ruto, when he was still the deputy president, he bought a land at Koromosho, which is just next to the government land there also. And then from there, Ruto wanted to try and expand that land when he bought it. So he was acquiring land from the people around there. You can ask them to sell the land for you. Unawahamisha. So there are those who are willing to sell it. He bought from them. And now, he went further to fence that land. And when he was fencing that land, he decided even to fence including the government land, which was just close to the land he had bought. Now, in that very government land, there is also a water source there, which even now Kenyan is relying on to produce electricity that is serving Moimbaraka camp. Wanasema hiyo maji inazunguka hivi. So with that kind of activity, it is easy to produce electricity from there. So electricity that is being produced there is serving Moibarak camp, mahali kuna army. So Ruto decided to fence all of it mpaka na samba ya serikali ndani. Amefence kwa kiasi ya kwamba even a chicken cannot cross that fence. Now with all this, Ruto knew that the government had a plan to construct a tarmac road within that area. It is a bypass to try and decongest the traffic in Eldoret town. So the bypass is running from Rivertex through Mile Tisa. Akaenda akanunua shamba. Now that he's the president, we have individuals who refuse to sell their ancestral land during that time when he was the deputy. And now that he's the president, he's going back to expand that land. How do you do it? Those individuals who refuse to sell their land, now you are forcing them to sign a document of agreement to sell their land and willingly leave that area. Unaona? So those are the documents that they were forcing this lady, a widow, to sign that she's willing to surrender her land and leave, so that now Ruto will pay the money to the lady and she found elsewhere to buy land. So ni kama wewe utafuta mahali pa kununua, ama kama hauna wa kutafutia wa kununulie, wa kuhamisha, ama hata kama ni kujengea wa kujengea. This lady is unwilling to sell the ancestral land. Hapo ndio umeona polisi ametoa bunduki, ameweka kwa kichwa yake, anamwambia sign by force. Now you can understand. So the frustration about tunataka to inherit wewe, they were just frustration to make her feel insecure and with all those, so that with all this intimidation you buy into the issue of uza hii shamba kwa mheshimiwa Ruto uhame badala ya kusumbuliwa hapa na watu. That is now the result that is coming from all this entire thing. Just imagine of that. In this country there is issue of willing buyer, willing seller. It is only the government that can take your land and relocate you if they have interest in that area. You are just holding that land on behalf of the government with the title deed. But anytime the government feels that they want to build something else, they want to make a road there, they will come and acquire that land, but they will compensate you and relocate you to another place. Sio Ruto, na sio any other president, only the government. But now Ruto is acquiring the property as a private individual, but now forcing people to live. This is how low the leadership in Rift Valley is sinking. Eating your own people by force. Swali ni kwamba ile yenye alichukua ya serikali akafence bado ni ya serikali ama ni yake? Then I'm told in that Koromo show, people normally go there during Christmas celebration. It's a good site, you can take photo, you know, just watching that site on how the water is behaving there in a rotational manner. Right now, after he fenced, anyone who want to enter that property, you have to pay 50 to 100 shillings for photo shooting on that site. So you pay. But remember, it is a government land that he has just fenced. Sasa mpango ni kwamba he is soon planning to build a resort according to the allegations. Now that itakuwa next to the road and now is a resort, you can enter there, you book. Na shamba ya serikali iko ndani. Na remember, kuna pia mambo ya kuproduce electricity in that very same farm. Inasavu Kenya Army camp, na sasa inamaanisha tasavu paka na huko. Lakini now is acquiring and people are now paying to use that property. Look at that. So to make the story short, the person in picture, who is the real person who is now frustrating this lady, is none other than her president according to the allegations. He want to buy that land and relocate her by force, not by willing. So ni kama asipokubali soon they will grab it. That is what I wanted to bring here as part 2, so that you can now get the real issue here. Just look at that. A president wanting to protect people is the one who is using force to acquire properties from Kenyans. Kama hii ndio tabia yake, what about the junior officers around him? Watu wa Rift Valley, tuna shida kubwa.